Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Hunter Career Mode here on FC24. We are at our first club, Liverpool, looking to win the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Europa League in this first season of the Career Mode. We have already won the Carabao Cup, and that will replace the FA Cup on this trophy cabinet if we do fail to win the FA Cup. However, I'm not betting on that. I want to win the FA Cup. I kind of want to win everything, including... I kind of have to win everything. If we can win the quadruple, that would be amazing. Amazing way to say bye to Jurgen Klopp in real life as well. It's a real possibility that they win the quadruple as well. And talking about FA Cup, we have Leeds United in today's episode. And talking about Premier League football, we also have third place Manchester City, who is not really a third place team because us and Man City are 2 games behind Newcastle, who sit first. We are still the only other team in this league that have been unbeatable. We are doing the 0-4 Arsenal unbeatable run now. I might give myself a loss just because... I actually should have a loss as well because that Burnley game from earlier on this season. We also have the Europa League round of 16 against Royal Antwerp. And today we are going to go ahead and get through a lot of games. We might even get all the way towards the end of April. I'm aiming for tomorrow to be the season finale if all things goes to plan. Let's get into it with this game against Nottingham Forest, in which we are honestly just going to go ahead and quick sim because we do not care about this game and we should win this game, and we do win this game. A Diego Jota brace puts us into the next game of the episode, which I think is Man City, or is it Europa League? It's Europa League football up next against Royal Antwerp away from home. We are going to go ahead and play this game. Hopefully get a big enough goal difference to be able to quick sim the second leg. We're going to simulate the second leg no matter what. But we can hopefully get a big enough win here against Royal Antwerp away from home. The only change from the traditional starting 11 is the fact that Dybala is now in the starting 11 for majority of the rest of the season, just because I like playing with him so much. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So Royal Antwerp against Liverpool, and we're already on the attack here. It's Luis Diaz in the box into Dybala, and Paulo Dybala finds the back of net 4 minutes in. And this is exactly the start we needed to assert our dominance here against Royal Antwerp, and to allow us to skip that second leg. If we get a big enough lead in the first half, we can skip not only the second leg, but the second half of this leg as well. It's 1-0. Kimmich, Coop Miners, out to Luis Diaz again. Luis Diaz into the box, into Paulo Dybala again, and Paulo Dybala! 7 minutes in, it's 2-0. And Dybala is already on a hat-trick, and we're only 7 minutes in. Well, he's not on a hat-trick, but he's... Mohamed Salah, Paulo Dybala, who's still on the hat-trick, and Paulo Dybala will get the hat-trick. A first half hat-trick for Paulo Dybala. And Liverpool, after losing the mojo after the first 10 minutes, finally get it back. And it's 3-0 for the boys in purple. Here comes Antwerp right before the break. Don't let him get a goal. That's exactly what will happen. No, it won't. Alisson with the save. And Trent will come from right back to left back to clear it. And we will go into the break 3-0 up. Alisson keeping us not only from going 2-1 to 2-2 multiple times, keeping it from going 3-1 and keeping his clean sheet and keeping us in cruise control going to the second half of the first leg in the round of 16. Kimmich, Salah, Dybala, Salah into Dybala, out wide to Trent. Trent now crossed in for Coop Miners. Header point blank at the keeper. And he'll put it out for a corner. Mohamed Salah, Coop Miners, back to Mohamed Salah on his weak foot. 4-0 for Liverpool. Mohamed Salah, first time finish on his weak foot, still finds the back of the net. And it's 4-0 for Liverpool. And this is setting up that perfect quick sim for the second leg. And this is setting up a perfect confidence boost going into that title deciding game against Manchester City. Next game up. Trent now into McAllister. McAllister into Salah. Salah fancily into Coop Miners. And Coop Miners into the back of net. 5-0 for Liverpool. Cody Gakpo, can we get 7 into Diego Jota? No, we cannot. That's probably a game over. not 7-5 or 6, I should say. It's going to be a 5-0 thumping against Royal Antwerp. We can easily skip that second leg now. And it's now time to shift our focus back onto league football against Manchester City at the top of the table. First place versus second place. Manchester City versus Liverpool at Anfield. Can the boys get the job done? The starting 11 for Man City is pretty much the same as every time we've played them. Foden, Grealish, Haaland, Doku, Bernardo, KDB, yada yada yada. This is our starting 11. It's going to be the same exact thing. Luis Diaz, in fact, Dybala. I got to remember to change this in the actual thing because I keep forgetting. So Dybala, Jota, Dybala solid, Luis Diaz, Koopmeiners, Kimmich, Szoboszlai, Konate, Trent, Van Dijk, Alisson, and Robertson. Ultimate. Let's get into it. And I say nothing in this game. It's been all Man City. Konate, Kimmich, Luis Diaz. Now Dybala. Dybala will turn off his defender. And Paulo Dybala near post save. Koopmeiners rebound. Heads it in. And Liverpool against the run of play. 1-0 for the boys in red. And Liverpool are looking to go 4 points clear on top of the table. And to come. Haaland. Konate blocks a shot. Virgil can't clear it. It'll fall for Alisson though. And somehow Man City don't find the equalizer there. We just literally just these 2 minutes of added time to get an equalizer at best. Liverpool somehow are looking to scrape out a win. Scraping out a draw, definitely. Phil Foden tackled by Robertson. Koopmeiners tackles Rodri, and that is game over. Liverpool walk out of Anfield with all 3 points somehow. Some way the boys get the job done. We absolutely do not deserve this. It's been all Man City. However, Liverpool 1-0 to the good, and we go 4 points clear top of the table, and our invincible run continues. It's the second leg of the Europa League, which I said we could quick sim down, which we do. A 2-2 draw leads a 7-2 aggregate win. We are into the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Now, us getting past the round of 16 with ease might not be the same thing for the quarterfinals, as we have the likes of Real Betis getting through. We have West Ham getting past AC Milan, which is interesting. We have Sporting getting past Rangers. We have Leverkusen getting past Atalanta. Man United's in this. Stade Rennes is probably the easiest option alongside Marseille. So either Marseille or Stade Rennes or even Sporting is our best bet of getting through the quarterfinals easily into the semifinals. And we get Bayern Leverkusen in the quarterfinals. Man United versus Stade Rennes, West Ham versus Marseille, and Sporting versus Real Betis. But up next, it's Leeds United in the FA Cup. We are going to go ahead and simulate through this and jump in if need be. Let's see what the boys can do. And Koopmeiners, 44 minutes in, takes the lead for Liverpool. And Diego Jota makes it 2-0 with 18 minutes left to go. That should be enough to get us through to the next round of the FA Cup. Maybe not. They get one back. It's 2-1. It's an instant reply from Gelhardt. And that is enough. A 2-1 win against Leeds United. We're into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup now, I believe, or is it semifinals? It might be semifinals, actually. I think this was quarterfinals, and I think we're now in the semifinals of the FA Cup. And we are in the semifinals of the FA Cup. I don't know why it just doesn't say quarterfinals. We will be facing off against either Everton on who won on penalties, Spurs, who beat Manchester City, or Newcastle United. Give us Everton. Give us Everton in the semifinals. To talk about a terrible team. We go from first playing all the way last place, Luton Town. We have 61 points. Luton have 5. They have 5 points, which is actually insane. There is a 56-point gap from us and Luton Town. Luton Town are for sure going, I mean, it's already confirmed they're going down. That's actually insane for them. I'm half tempted to play this game just to see how bad we could beat them. Did I show y'all the Europa League? Yes, I did. FA Cup, we get Newcastle United. Honestly, probably not the hardest, but definitely not the easiest. I think Spurs might be the hardest out of those lot. Actually, nope, never mind. Newcastle is. Newcastle sitting in third. We are 4 points clear off of City, hopefully to stay that way, maybe even extend it a little bit further. We are quick simming this game against Luton Town, and we only win 2-0. Joshua Kimmich, 48th minute, and then a Virgil to seal the deal in the 80th. And we move on to our next game of the episode. Now we quick sim against Brighton, which leads to a 2-2 draw, unfortunately. We also quick sim against Sheffield United, in which we won 2-0. And that will lead up to the Manchester United game, aka the Northwest Derby, according to EAFC. We are 17 points clear off of them. We are still undefeated at the moment. We are sitting second because we are only a point behind Man City. We win this, we will go 2 points behind them. They closed that gap slightly thanks to the draw there, and it's turning into a 2-horse race. It was a tighter earlier on, but Newcastle United are falling off. Arsenal, Chelsea are definitely falling off, and Man United are nowhere to be found. Talking about Man United, it's us versus Darwin Núñez for the first time since us selling him, thanks to his release clause, and his replacement has honestly been so much better than him, and he's going to continue to start these games except for while I'm playing. I keep forgetting to change on the actual thing so I can just save it. And Solskjaer, I gotta move him up to a cam as well, because he doesn't play as well when he's not a cam. And honestly, he might have to change completely sides of the field, in all honesty. Other than that, we are going to go ahead and start Cody Gakpo. We're going to go ahead and start Diego Jota out on the left-hand side as well. And this is your starting 11 to take on Man United at Old Trafford. Kimmich, Solskjaer, Salah, Diabala trying to get off a bright start in this first half here. And Darwin Núñez completely shut down. Now Joshua Kimmich into Mohamed Salah. And Mohamed Salah to give Liverpool the lead here. 1-0 for the boys in the creeper kit. Salah, Dybala, Paulo Dybala near post. It goes middle of the post. The keeper thought I was going to go near post. I thought I was going near post. It ended up going down the middle. And it's 2-0 for Liverpool. And this is turning. Cross comes in, and Solskjaer heads it away. Darwin Núñez finds Anthony in the fidget spinner. Hits the crossbar, and Alisson can't come out. Is there going to be a handball? I think there's a handball in the mix there. Possibly even an offside. There is an offside. Rashford was offside by a toe. Kimmich now into Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah! 3-0! Against Manchester United, and that is good enough for us to hit this button, sim to the end, 3-0 win. We get it done in the first half with ourselves and the AI, just cruise controls to a win. Next up is Europa League against Leverkusen. This is your lineup from Leverkusen in the round of 16, not the round of 16, actually the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We have here Hideki, Hincapié, Tapsoba, Costanou, Frimpong, Granit Xhaka, Palacios, Berenguer, Iglesias, I butchered that name so bad, Iglesias, Boniface, and Holjek as their starting 11. Our starting 11, it's going to be the same exact thing. In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and give Diego Jota the start there. I'm going to put Solskjaer up a little bit more, and then I'm going to hit that with the Dybala treatment there. Dybala will play in that cam role. Let's see what he can do, and not a striker role. Let's get to it. It's at Anfield, the first leg up. I don't think this is going to be as easy as the Royal Antwerp game, but I definitely don't think we are in jeopardy of losing this fixture. Virgil, Boniface, now in Iglesias into Holjek, and it's 1-0 for Bayer Leverkusen. They take advantage of getting in behind us and finish us off. That sounds crazy. Jota, Paulo Dybala, level things up here. It's one apiece. And Luis Diaz now on the ball. Luis Diaz, can Liverpool turn this around completely? Now into Diego Jota off the post. And that is game over. 1-1 draw going to the second leg. Not the worst, but definitely not our best, and not even our mid. It was honestly ass. We get lucky to get a draw. And we get an international management offer from Portugal. I was getting nervous that I wasn't going to get a European job for this year. We are going to go ahead and accept this from Portugal. And in fact, I feel like I shouldn't accept this yet. We have until June 14th if we don't receive anything. And they won't obviously decline anything because I believe, is there an international break? There isn't. I might as well just take it, actually. I'm just going to go ahead and take it. International job for Portugal. We are going to go ahead and accept that. And that will be our job for the summer, in which hopefully is some type of European competition that we can hopefully win. It should be the fake Euros. And that could be a chance to add another trophy to the cabinet straight off in the end of the first season. And talking about continuing to climb the table is what we want. A game against Crystal Palace, which leads to a 4-1 win. Diego Jota, Coop Miners, Virgil, and Trent. 4 different goal scorers. And we go back to being 4 points clear off from Manchester City. This is your starting 11 to take on Bayer Leverkusen in the second leg of the Europa League. It's Luis Diaz, Dybala, Salah, McAllister, Coop Miners, and Trent in the midfield 3. Robertson as our left back, a duo of the center backs in Virgil van Dijk and Konate, and Joshua Kimmich out on the right back position. And in fact, we're going to go ahead and change Luis Diaz to be Cody Gakpo because I need somebody quicker, and Luis Diaz has not been good lately. So let's get into this game here against Leverkusen. This could send us down a rabbit hole. This will either keep our European hopes alive in the first season, or it will send us packing, having to look somewhere else at a different club to try and win the Europa League. Trent on set corner. Cody Gakpo, no. Dybala, headed away. McAllister now into Mohamed Salah. Back to McAllister. Into Paulo Dybala. First time finish! And Paulo Dybala gives Liverpool the lead. It's 2-1 on aggregate. 1-0 on the day. Check. Iglesias. Boniface. Now at wide to Holshek. And Kimmich there. Great tackle. Salah into Dybala. Dybala into Gakpo. Gakpo into McAllister. McAllister now into Cody Gakpo. And Cody Gakpo down the left-hand side. It's still with Cody Gakpo. Still with Cody Gakpo. He gets fouled. Is that a pen? It is a pen. Tapsoba fouls Cody Gakpo in the box. It'll be a penalty for Liverpool. Is this even a foul? Not really. But we will happily take it. And Mohamed Salah to put us 2 up. Can he find the back of the net? Mohamed Salah, top left. Mohamed Salah, 2-0. 3-1 on aggregate. Dybala now. Paulo Dybala, still Paulo Dybala on his weaker foot. It's 3-0. It's 4-1 on aggregate. And we might be able to simulate through that second half. McAllister, Dybala, Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah, still Mohamed Salah, 4-0 in the first half. Bayer Leverkusen just did not show up today. This is not the same team that I faced off against in that first leg. Because holy cow, is this team terrible now. We are going to go ahead and not only not jump to sim, we are going to sim to the end. A 6-0 win, 7-1 on aggregate. And what turned into a tight contest after the first leg, we absolutely take over in the second leg, winning 6-0 and move on to the semifinals of the Europa League. Absurd. Simple to say, that is absurd. Going through is Man United in West Ham as well as Real Betis. Give us Real Betis. Honestly, give us Man United as well. Real Betis and Man United. Give us the other guys in the final. Let's see, who did we get? We get West Ham in the semifinals, which means Man United and Real Betis. Who's in the Conference League semifinals? Oh, we could have easily dropped down and had an easy run to the final there. Oh, maybe we should have done that. Dang, my bad. No, we're still in the semifinals of the Europa League. When we come back next episode, it will be the season finale, and we will figure out whether or not we can at least put 2 trophies in the England case and at least 1 trophy in the UEFA case. Obviously, our aim is to win the Premier League and the FA Cup, aka we will at least have 1 trophy in England, because whether or not we win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, we have already won the Carabao Cup, so that's already in there as a backup option. We are looking good in the league at the moment as well, sitting first in the league. We are 4 points clear off of Man United, or off of Man City. We are 6 points or 10 points clear off of Arsenal, and we have 2 games in hand against them. So that is interesting to see there. Newcastle United could get up to 69, which is a 5-point gap. I don't think we play them in the league. We do play them in the FA Cup, though. Next up, that's the first game of tomorrow's video, is the FA Cup semifinals against Newcastle, in which if we win that, we will take on Tottenham in the final of that game. So tomorrow, it's Newcastle, and then it's the West Ham, Tottenham, West Ham FA Cup final if we get there, Wolves in the final game of the season, and then the Europa League final if we get there, obviously. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for another episode of the Liverpool Career Mode, another episode of Glory Hunter Career Mode, the final episode of the Liverpool side of things here. Let's get to it.